This is a quandary, isn't it? Just walking down the old railway line. Or maybe the current railway line. I'll be honest, I would still give it a go. I've come to the dry bridge market. It is not dry. And it looks very much like they've called it, haven't they? I can't say I blame them. It is freezing cold. I like that clock. Oh, pregnant cat. I do kind of like a bunch of the stuff here. It appeals to my sensibilities. This would look great in a cabin, right? Look, if I was making a travel channel where everything went according to plan and everything was open, it'd be a very different experience, wouldn't it? I mean, what else are you going to do with old currency, I suppose? Alright, Georgia is getting off to a slightly rocky start. But tomorrow morning we're leaving Tbilisi, so I want to do a bit more discovery before then. Yes, it's alright. This cat keeps following me. Yeah? Okay. I will say though, I'm glad it's rain and not the snow that it was meant to be. Snow would have made things a lot more difficult. I think I've accidentally stumbled across a culture exchange for West Asian countries. It's pretty cool. Azerbaijan, Turkmenistan, all the hits, they're all here. That was Sabir's Chaikhana, or tea house. It's the last tea house in Tbilisi. Something that used to be very popular in Tbilisi. Tea houses, there used to be 5 or 6 in this district. Given that Tbilisi is close to the Silk Road, tea from all over would wind its way up here. But that's the last one. It was very nice. Tea was good. It was warm and cozy and smelled like cigarettes and tea. Who could complain? Looks like the cultural exchange is still going on. The only thing they sell at that tea house, apparently, is Ceylon tea. That's it. My kind of place. It is getting a little bit sketchy. Gonna just be careful. What do we think? That's probably fine, right? Here's hoping. Officially left Tbilisi, and I've drove up into the mountains where it has got very snowy very quickly, which I'm not particularly thrilled about. We're going here, the Zoological Centre Bear Sanctuary. At least that's the plan. I parked where I parked because this is the track to the sanctuary. There are bears in the hills around here, and I thought the best way to see them would be to come to this sanctuary, which is meant to be a really good ecological, humane sanctuary for bears. So I like the idea that this is a sanctuary and not a zoo. I can't stop thinking about where I've parked my car. You don't have to tell me twice. I will be keeping my distance. It is freezing cold. But at least it stopped raining. I think these must just be bear cubs, because they're not small, are they? But they're not huge. They're kind of incredible, aren't they? What are you going to do against bears? Last time I saw bears was in Brajov in Romania, where they come down and feed off the bins. That was years ago. Oh, say a lie, I saw a dead bear once in California. That was actually really sad. I want to cuddle them, but I know I can't. So I really hope that it's a place that treats the animals really well and that offers them some safety, food, warmth, protection, all the things that your lovable little bear needs. That's so cute! Again, my car is in the most precarious place I could possibly think of. I am worried. If I hear some screeching in the distance, I'll know I've lost my deposit. You can't leave out the geese, can you? Okay, time to run back to my car and hope it's still got both side mirrors. She's safe. I have no idea what the speed limit is. So far, I've got to be honest, I haven't loved driving through Georgia. I mean, it's a beautiful country, but it's got just enough rules of the road to mean that I don't quite know what I'm doing. It's not as laissez-faire as some countries where you kind of just feel like, you know, do what you want, but it's not quite as strict as others. So I'm just trying to play it by ear, do my best, go a speed limit that I think makes sense. One rule I did read is that if your wipers are on, then your lights should be on. The only problem is, when I turn my lights on, my dashboard turns off. And I don't know how fast I'm going. So that's a conundrum, but I'm sure it'll be fine. This might be a bit of an issue. I really don't want to get stuck in any snow, and I'll be honest, I'm quite nervous about it. Bloody hell. I think that town down there is where I'm going, and that looks like it's downhill. That means less snow. Well, I finally made it to my guest house, but it doesn't look like there's anyone here. I'm not just in someone's house. Questions, questions, questions. I've used their bathroom because I was desperate for a wee. Still no sign of anyone. Well, this is a quandary, isn't it? I'm getting a little bit frustrated. I'm going to try to let that just wash over me. I've made progress. I'll fill you in just a second. Very strange. I was waiting outside for about 45 minutes and then I thought, you know what, I can hear a TV. So I went in to the kitchen and through another room, the old lady that runs this place, lovely old lady, doesn't speak a lick of English, but that's okay. But they had no idea I was coming because the booking just never went through. She got on the phone to someone, we managed to communicate. I got her to give me a Wi-Fi password because there's no internet around here at all. And once I had that, we could communicate. Thank you, Google Translate, saving the day once again. It's all about, and it might sound a little bit strange, being brave and going into a house that you're not sure is the house you're meant to be going in, and knocking on doors of people who you don't know if they're gonna want you to be there or not. But I have a room, I have 3 beds. What more could I ask for? And I've got a Wi-Fi password. Now that that's all sorted, thank God, this is Sakhir, or Sakhir. I need to get something to eat. So let's go have a little bit of a wander around. I think I've got about, I don't know, an hour of sunlight left. On the plus side, it's not snowing here, which makes me happy. And look, the first signs of spring have sprung. So the reason I'm here really is because it's a layover to where I'm going, but there's a few bits and pieces that I want to look and find and explore tomorrow. So I'm going to get up early and get going. Because if today's anything to go by, I'm going to give myself as much wiggle room as possible. But I guess I won't go out so early that everything's frozen, which is another worry. That's something for tomorrow, Matthew, to think about. Nothing today Matthew can do about it being snowy. Do we reckon it's this way? I don't know. I bet you can get down this way. Fine. I was wrong. You can get frustrated when things don't go quite according to plan. But this is what I wanted. I wanted to be in Georgia properly. Not in the city, in the countryside, to say I've experienced just a little bit of what it's like to be here. And I'm achieving that. So I count this as a win. A strange day, but a win nonetheless. I have to say I quite like it here. Perhaps not where I want to spend the rest of my days, but certainly to spend what's ultimately going to be about 15 hours. It's kind of a nice little mountain town, isn't it? Yes, it's bustling downtown. I bet it's really nice in summer. The old fellas are arguing over cards. I've no idea what game they were playing. It looked like put a card down and the loser owes the winner money. Success, I think. These peanuts are pretty good. Just what I needed. You probably eat out of bins all the time. There you go, try them. Good? I don't imagine sugar-coated peanuts are the best things for dogs, but I bet he's had worse. Silver rings being found up on this hill. Is it metal detector time? Well, good morning. The weather has cleared up here in Sakir. Which way? I wouldn't have guessed that was a road. I'm looking for a fortress. Mardinaka Fortress. Let's pretend that's exactly how it's pronounced. Does this look like the path? It looks like a path. But that's a pretty great view for the morning. Wow! Bet it's even better from the top of a fortress. Alright, let's go find it then. Can we get in? Here's the question. No one knows when this fortress was built, but it was destroyed in 1991 in an earthquake that hit this area. And it looks like they're in the midst of rebuilding it. But there are references to a fortress called the Come Look and See Fortress, or the Look See Fortress, which apparently is this fortress, and people would see it and go, better not go that way. It feels like there's just 3 old guys who are trying to rebuild this thing by hand on their own. More power to them, I say. If it's their local heritage, then it's cool that they get to work on it. It's time for a Georgian pop in a bar for breakfast. I've seen these all over the place. Coffee and Coca-Cola in the same drink. Now, I'm pretty sure you can get these everywhere, right? But I've never seen them in the UK. Or at least if we did have them, it was for a very small amount of time because no one bought them. But I used to make my own drink, which was just instant coffee and Coca-Cola syrup. I used to make it at the bar I worked at. I drank that all the time. It tastes like a worse version of coffee and a worse version of Coca-Cola, but I kind of still like it. And for the bar segment, I've got Chiatura. I've seen pictures of these on some of the touristy souvenir shops, and they kind of come looking like sausages almost. This one has double walnuts. Double. Imagine what single walnuts would look like and how foolish I would be eating that. Absolutely no smell. Is it still in plastic? No.
This is highly strange. I can't, like, it's got walnuts inside it. I was expecting the outside to be some kind of like toffee or dates or something sweet like that. And it is kind of sweet, but it really doesn't have any taste. It feels like it's just plastic on the outside. I do like it. How very bizarre. Oh, the ingredients are in English as well. Raketsittili, which is made from grape juice concentrate. So I guess this is like a coating made out of concentrated grapes and flour to bring it all together. I think I like this. I'm a fan. I don't know alarm anyone, but I think it's getting warm, which I'm happy about. Well, I'm buggered if a car comes the other way, but other than that, it's beautiful up here. I always hear people going on about Soviet bus stops and mosaics. Well, this is a pretty cool one. It's got all different cars on it from throughout the decades. It's kind of wild, isn't it, that so much effort was put into a place like this. Just a bus stop. It's a whole little building. I guess 30 years ago you could have walked in here, bought your bus tickets, been off anywhere you wanted to in the Soviet Union. I'm making my way to an old mining town called Chiatura. Hey buddy, do you want to know a secret? Yeah, I bought chicken snacks. I've had some, you've had some. The whole place just looks like a... I'm trying to show people things about Georgia. I know you're the most handsome boy in Georgia, but come on. The whole place is kind of a graveyard to industry. Just walking down the old railway line. Or maybe the current railway line. I can't be too sure, so I'm not going to spend too much time on it. My problem is I can get sidetracked by these abandoned factories and outposts and train stations all day and never quite make it to where I'm meant to be going. That's part of the fun, isn't it? All the stray dogs around here seem to have tags, so some form of looking after them or accounting for them at the very least seems to be going on. Stray cat, I mean cats domesticated themselves, right? They can do what they want, go hunt for food. We domesticated the dogs. Or at least it was a bit 50-50. And I just don't think... Dogs want love, you know, they want companionship and love and kindness. And I don't know. Makes me a bit upset. Seeing these good boys without anyone to love. Maybe I'm being a bit emotional about it. I mean, I've got a pack of dogs after me right now. Oh, I see. Your territory ends, their territory begins. There's a cable car up there. I guess it goes over there. Wow. It's like this whole mining town was connected by cable cars. Doesn't look like anyone uses those cable cars anymore though. Oh, cool. They're just left there, hanging in the sky. I mean, it's way quicker than walking up and down the cliffs, I suppose. Ropeways everywhere, there's loads of them. There's another station just over there, one at the top here. It looks like there's a station just up there. I bet they were happy when they installed those. I'll be honest, I would still give it a go. What a way of life. Must have been hard mining here 100 years ago, before the cable cars got here, even when they were here, in this little corner of the world. I am pulling this car through hell.
I've made it out to a little village called Katskhi. I've left my car back down there because things are getting a bit steep and narrow, so I'm going to walk the rest. My car would have got down this. I'm not convinced it would have got back up. I could barely walk down this. Jeez, I'm being graceful. Apparently they used to have fertility rites and rituals up there. I'm sure I have no idea why. Georgia was the second country in the world to turn to Christianity after Armenia in the 4th century. And there was this type of practice which involved climbing up ladders and getting on platforms and worshipping from a vantage point, from a high up position, I suppose, to get closer to God. That's what they think happened here. A great place to be alone with your thoughts and your maker, I guess. How the hell do they get up there? That's my question. And can I get up there? Good heavens. I guess this is the chapel for the faint at heart, and that's the one for the staunch believers. Only the monk of this monastery can go up the pillar. Going up for another person's is prohibited. Damn. I really wanted to go up. This is where we are right now. And all the way back down here is Tbilisi. Pick up the product and leave the money. It's the honour system in this little shop. I suppose that makes sense. I'll be honest, I really wanted to climb up there. That's it's kind of the reason I'm here. But it's not to be. Well, if I'm not allowed to go up, looks like it's time to go. It looks like I've got to go back over the mountains, but this is a lot better than last time. I'm pretty sure I'm about to get back on the highway, so I just thought I'd get out my car just to admire the view, honestly. It might sound silly, but I just can't believe how gorgeous it is here. Come on, little car. You can do it. I've driven out about 25 minutes away from the town I stopped in last night, Katskhi. The oldest town in Georgia, they say. And I'm in Tskaltubo, which is an old, abandoned, semi-abandoned spa town. In the Soviet era, all these sanatoriums and spas were set up around here. Stalin's meant to have visited a bunch of times, and it was for the therapeutic spring waters that were here. And when the USSR fell, so did the use of all these sanatoriums, these grand buildings. A lot of them are boarded up now because they're being renovated. They're going to try to bring this town back to life, which I think would be a great thing because it's a beautiful area, if not just a little bit creepy, but that's okay. And some of these buildings aren't fully abandoned because they've been used as housing for refugees, and there's still some of the other ones that are more like hotels that are being used as places to live. And I've been told to watch out because sometimes there's people here who are charging an entrance fee, and they're not really meant to, but anyway they can make a living. So if that happens, I'll just pay it. It's a few quid. I can definitely hear someone else's footsteps. Wow, look at how amazing these buildings are. This place deserves to be renovated, brought back to life. Georgia's a country that deserves that for sure. How safe do you reckon the stairs are? Let's find out. This was the Sanatorium Medea, apparently, in a former life. And maybe one day it will be again. Everyone calls this an abandoned town, but there's people's houses up there, people trying to make a go of it around here. What a fantastic place. It feels restorative up here. I hope you know the way out. This is just one sanitarium. It's a ginormous complex. Right, now I've got to work out how to get out of here. Will the Madeira be returned to its former glory? Very impressive if it does. I'm looking for the second sanatorium I want to visit, the metallurgist. I don't really want to walk into someone's property or into someone's living situation, so try to be respectful. I'll wave and say Didi Madloba, which means thank you very much. It won't make any sense, but I would have tried. What a terrifying guard dog who doesn't realise he's as cute as a button. You're a nice one, aren't you? I like you. Ooh, yes. Sit. Thank you.
What a chomp sound. Are good?
Not being very sly, are you? My guess is that this is the entrance. Some people shouting. I've got a feeling they're gonna try to extract some money out of me. Hello. There was a war in Abkhazia. We were removed from the... Yeah.
Kom.
Metallurgist?
Metallurgist.
Lika.
Change keine. Danke.
Just...
Super. Куда? Ja.
Wow. Didi Madloba. This way.
Close, open.
Okay. Old suitcases, an old ledger of some description. It's in Georgian. Wow, that's nice handwriting. Old pair of reading glasses. My vision's not fantastic, but that person. There you go. I'm the giver of dog treats, mate. That's what I was saying. There are people living in these buildings still who are refugees from the different wars that have happened with Russia and Georgia. The Abkhaz region, I can't say it correctly, but that region is disputed now and you can't go back and forth between out of Georgia and into those different regions. You come to perform a show with me? I guess these are the old theatre seats. Maybe Stalin himself sat in one of these seats. Who could know? Hello.
Hello. Where are you from?
UK? England?
England?
Yeah.
So English. What history? This Sanatorium Metal.
Yes.
Football Ronaldo, Rivaldo,
Yes.
field. Yes.
Yeah?
Abkhazia, Russia.
Yes.
Point.
The war, yes. Oh, kitchen. I guess the thing to remember is this is someone's house, essentially. Can we go? I need to take on a guided tour. Wow. Still works. A hotel metallurgist is still active. They've still got power here, which means the people living here probably also have power, which is huge. There's more to see. Good spot to hang the washing. Wow. Hang the washing?
Когда война built people here, one house, 10, 15,
Yeah.
go.
Down your house down there. How long years?
Three,
Three.
six.
6,
Uh-huh.
9. Long time. Yeah.
My family, father, Baba, grandfather, Baba,
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Must be very difficult. Living in a place like this. Not being able to go home. Family's been killed in a war. History repeats itself. Wow. Wow. Many people. Wow. Well, I'll leave their houses. I wish my internet was working because I could Google Translate and talk a bit more. But oh, this. I'm lost.
Thank you.
What's this?
Matlova?
Matthew.
No,
Matthew? Matt?
name?
Yes, name. Matt.
George.
George.
Georgi.
Georgi.
Georgian Georgi, ale George.
George. George. Thank you, Madlova. Thank you.
Have a nice day.
And you, Didi Madlova. It's difficult, isn't it? You know, on the one hand, living in the hotel metallurgist in a beautiful spa town in the mountains must be really lovely, but on the other hand, they just want to go back home. And he's just saying his family's died in the war, his parents. Though he was happy and smiley, and you know, doesn't mean anything I suppose, but... Oh, you're a new one. Hey now, one thing I've noticed about Georgia is there's all these street dogs, but they go into the bars, they seem to, they're going into the houses. People seem to just coexist with them, you know? He was saying that this one little scruffy dog was the people's dog. They've rehoused a lot of the people who are living in these situations. And I have seen refugee camps. They're all like little copy-paste little cabin houses with red roofs. So maybe that these people can go there, but would that be better for them? Would they be happier there? Under more scrutiny maybe? I'm sure they just want to live normal lives. I don't know what it's like for them. I don't know what their situation is really. But all I can think about is people who want to go home, you know. Yeah. I haven't got any treats left, I'm sorry. But you've had yours. Yeah? Yeah, you had yours. He's already had his. You know, I hope I didn't come across, and I don't mean to come across as feeling sorry for people, because people like George there, he doesn't need me to feel sorry for him, and I want to respect him more than just wandering around his house and feeling sorry for him. He offered a service, he did a great job, gave me a great tour, and I paid him for it, and that's the good thing, right? That's something. But it's interesting, right? Because I've just come to these sanatoriums as a tourist, just to have a look, you know. But that's these people's everyday life, and yeah, I wanted to be respectful, and I hope that I was. Okay, now I need to get back to Tbilisi, and I just hope at some point the SIM card that I've got works again and I can actually get some directions. Because I'm just following a map, and I tell you what, I don't know where I'm going. I've got a rough idea. I can follow a map, I'd rather follow a sat-nav. If you'd have just plonked me down here, I'd have said we're in LA. Just driving back through Katskhi. I am having a mild panic attack. It's absolutely hellish, but get me back on the freeway and then I'll be happy. From this lay-by at the side of the road, I think this might be the last chance I get to stop my car with the view of the mountains in the distance. And I just wanted to say thanks so much for joining me as we've traveled across Georgia. Just a wonderful and beautiful country that I've just had such a privilege of being here, and I really am thankful for that. And I'm thankful for you for watching. If you're not subscribed, then subscribe. I'd appreciate that a bunch. Next up is Azerbaijan, so I'll see you there. Be kind to yourself, be kind to someone else, And as always, until next time, onwards and upwards.